Brady, without the supporting cast, did not win a playoff game last year. But he also didn't beat the Miami Dolphins, a win they really needed to have to get home field. He lost a must-win game at the end of the season, really, for the playoffs, and then lost the first game of the playoffs. Now, you could say, well, they had 12 wins. They're a really good team. Yes, Bill Belichick is a genius coach, and Brady still has enough in the tank to be his muse, right? To do most of the things Belichick wanted him to do, although when the time came, Belichick said, okay, see you later. So who's more important, Brady on the one hand at this age, or his entire supporting cast with the Bucs on the other? Pretty clearly the entire supporting cast.
I think it's pretty clearly Tom Brady. And I think the evidence is in the fact that Jameis Winston is gone. If it was really just about the supporting cast, why would Jameis Winston have needed to be replaced? Why? Because there's somebody throwing them the damn football. That's why, no matter how good you think they are, no matter how good I think they are, if you don't have the right person throwing them the football instead of throwing it to the other team, giving new meaning to 30 for 30, the bottom line is Tom Brady wouldn't be necessary. But he is, because you don't have to worry about with him at the quarterback position. We understand that you added Rob Gronkowski to the mix. Would Rob Gronkowski be needed if Tom Brady wasn't there? It's the relationship, the chemistry, the camaraderie that they have with one another, and being the champions that they were together, that makes Rob Gronkowski so important. He was gone. He hasn't played since 2018. He just turned 31 years of age. I believe it was May 14th. Happy belated birthday to him. But the bottom line is that you're expecting him to be a reliable target for Tom Brady, primarily in short yardage situations, even in pressurized situations. But when you look at Howard and Brate and Evans and Godwin, they've got a multitude of weapons there. We all know that. We concede that. But in the end, they still were not winning football games. And they weren't winning football games because they didn't have the right man throwing them the damn football. Period. It all changes now. There's expectations, and they are championship expectations. The Bucs are actually considered a Super Bowl contender. Now, let's take that into perspective here. Wipe Tom Brady out of the picture for a second, Molly and Max. You've added a rookie offensive lineman, and you've added Gronkowski. And suddenly you're a Super Bowl contender? Of course not. You're a Super Bowl contender because Tom Brady has arrived with the weapons you have, no doubt. But Tom Brady is the guy that's expected to utilize those weapons. He is the pivotal piece in all of this. Without him, it don't matter. We wouldn't even be thinking about the Bucs going to the playoffs if Tom Brady wasn't there.
No, but no, that happens to be Tom Brady. And Tom Brady's a great brand name, and he'll make you feel good in pressurized moments, whether or not he get it done.
Max.
He didn't
what do
get
you
it
mean?
done against Miami
or
Tennessee in consecutive games at the end of last year, which is why their season ended.
I'm asking you a question. What do you mean it happens to be Tom Brady?
And I'm answering the question. Where is Jameis Winston's starting job?
Right now, he doesn't have
anywhere? No. No, he doesn't have one. Meaning there are 32 teams in the NFL, and not one of them preferred Jameis Winston to their guy. Meaning the Bucs were basically operating without a starting quarterback last year, or at the very least.
You can't just go by that. Cam Newton doesn't have a job.
The league, he's not a starting quarterback. That's because of injury, not because of just the way he played. So Tom Brady, yes, is a huge upgrade over Jameis Winston, but many quarterbacks would be huge upgrades over Jameis Winston. In fact, there are. Is Tom Brady a top 15
Would we have been talking about them if Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback?
Yep.
You like Teddy Bridgewater? Would we be talking about them in the same way? Would we be talking about them if Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback?
Yep.
That's a damn lie.
Among the teams people are watching.
Stop lying on national television. That's a lie. And you know it's a lie. There's no way on earth you wouldn't be talking about Tampa like this. Teddy Bridgewater? I like Teddy Bridgewater a lot. Yes. But we would not be talking about Tampa Bay and Super Bowl contenders like this.
Max, come on.
Yeah.
Max, you're lying. You're lying, Max. You're lying.
Excuse me. When they had a backup quarterback take over for Winston a couple years ago, they were putting up 40 points a game. Now, they put in a quarterback who also throws a lot of interceptions, but we have not yet seen this Bucs offense operate with a competent middle-of-the-pack quarterback. They won 7 games without that last year.
Max Kellerman, that still doesn't address my question. I'm saying We're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as Super Bowl contenders. We would not be doing that if Teddy Bridgewater were the quarterback. We would not be doing. Oh, you're not telling you. You don't have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a Super. Hold on, wait a minute. I got it. You don't have Tampa Bay as a Super Bowl contender?
Fringy Super Bowl
contenders. First you said no. Now you say fringy. A couple of weeks ago, I thought you said they weren't contending, but you favored the Saints.
Could you make up your mind?
I don't even like them in their own division. Stephen A., I don't like them in their own division. And if Teddy Bridgewater were the quarterback of this team, I would feel maybe I give Brady a little extra premium because he's been there so many times. You had him as a wild card. That I liked him a little more than I like them now. But if Bridgewater were the quarterback, I would largely think the same thing about them.
Molly, go ahead. He had him as a wild card. He had him as a wild card. Go ahead, Molly. Yeah. Go ahead, Molly.
You know what, Stephen A., I can't, even looking at Max's face, he can't even keep a straight face here because he knows it. He knows it's true.
Can't keep
I can't even moderate the segment. There's no moderating because it is not truth. We would not be talking about this team the same way. If it's Teddy Bridgewater as 6 rings Tom Brady, you've lost your mind.
You may
not. We're speaking for you because you said it.
I would think the Bucs are.
We're speaking for you because you said it.
I think with Tom Brady, they're the second best team in the division. I think with Teddy Bridgewater, they'd be the second best team in the division. I like them for 9 or 10 wins either way.
All right, let's get out of this segment because we're just lying to America right now, and it's not even right. It's messed up. We're not even being unbiased.
With a straight face. I give that to you. I give that to you. You got the poker face, but you lying through your teeth. You lying. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.